carrier battles. We're on to day 2 here. And basically my carriers are here. I've got the remnants of what used to be a carrier task force here. And my hope is that this guy has kind of slipped behind the enemy carriers. And so they won't be looking back here, and so maybe I can catch him unawares as a result of that. So we're gonna get him down into this like bank of clouds if we can. So it being almost 5 o'clock, almost morning, I'm gonna get some stuff going. So first thing I'm gonna do is I want to see if I can transfer these guys to Port Moresby. So I can. So I'm going to send those to Port Moresby. I'm going to get those guys up as CAP. Actually, I wonder if this guy can make it to Port Moresby too. Yeah, he can. So all those guys are going to go to Port Moresby. And then I'm going to get these guys going in a search pattern looking for the transports. Now, Port Moresby is going to get a search going as well. I think that search pattern will work okay. And let's see. First things first, they're going to get all of those guys up on CAP, and they're just going to stay up on CAP all day. And then we're going to get the B-25s out on this search pattern. And then finally, these guys are going to search, and I need them to search, let's see, straight ahead like that. And we'll get these guys going out on that search pattern. All right, so we've got our searches for the day set up. Actually, I should also get, I definitely got some of the wildcats from the Yorktown sort of ended up here. So we're going to get those guys up on CAP over Lexington. So let's see what happens here on day 2. Just kind of advance time here a little bit as things transpire. Nothing yet. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. Looks like I found his carriers. I did. I let them get really far ahead of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're 10 hexes away from me. I don't think I can get an airstrike on those guys from there. Well, let's just keep going here for a little bit. I'm gonna keep going until I get into that cloud bank. Okay, now there's those guys. So let us see if we can get an airstrike after those guys. I'm gonna have to wait a little while. Those guys can't quite make it there. So we're gonna have to wait. I could probably take these guys out, but then I'd just be sending in that lone bomber, which is kind of probably not particularly useful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're 10 hexes away still. I can get him to. Okay, this guy needs to get going over here to try to intercept. Surface combat is really hard to get into in this game. I have found. I'm gonna basically say always get into it. This guy's gonna switch to always as well since he doesn't have a carrier anymore. But if I could catch these guys, I probably could do quite a bit of damage. I do have a. All right, he's got a scout over Task Force 17, so that's actually pretty good. Okay, he's attacking Port Moresby. Do a pretty good combat air patrol there, so hopefully I can kind of like do some damage Well, that's not too bad. Not great. Confused some of them. Looks like he hit it once, maybe. Doesn't seem to be too bad, actually. I don't really want to get into surface combat with that guy. Still 10 hexes away. But now I got to get this guy moving towards him. Not enough has changed in here. He's got a scout over Task Force 11. So he's got a scout over this guy now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Still 10 away. But I've also got a report of carriers here. So now it's getting a little bit confusing. My torpedo bombers are back, so let's go search again, guys. I need better information. Those guys are still... You guys go just search again. All right, so he has sent an... So this is interesting. He sent an airstrike against my cruisers, which is, not great for them. But what's interesting is he has a very limited number of planes left. So I think I may be in okay shape here, if only because that's probably not good. He may have lost quite a few planes. Yeah, I lost the Chester. Okay, I lost another one. But I think he's got a very limited number of air assets left. So I probably kind of outnumber him right now in terms of my ability to launch airstrikes. So that may prove to be a little bit could prove to be a little bit decisive. See if I can maybe get that carrier group to turn around. So I'm gonna have this guy move that way. See if I can, because I gotta close the gap on those carriers somehow. And I would love to catch this guy. I don't think that these guys can make it to there. Well, let's see. Well, maybe they can actually. It's kind of close. No, not quite yet. I probably can make it if I took the... Oops. I could probably make it if I took the P-40s out. Yeah. So we'll send in our dive bombers there. I've got a better fix on his carriers, it looks like now. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. I thought for a minute there, I thought this was his carrier force catching me, but my surface ships, my cruisers caught his transports. So, okay, so we've got our destroyers. That didn't look like anybody hit, dudes. That looked good. So I lost a destroyer. Yeah, I think that's gonna decimate that task force. So that is really good. So I'm gonna switch this up here. And I'm gonna send this guy looking for that task force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm only 9 hexes away. I think if I could get one more hex closer, I might be able to launch. What's going on here? What are those post land? These are the TBDs. I don't know. Oh, it must be CAP switching out or something. All right, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now he's still 9 away. Oh, where'd you move there for? I didn't tell you to move there. Jeez, dude. That sucked. Maybe that was just his momentum from his previous 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm only 8 hexes away now. I gotta look at what this airstrike looks like. I don't think I'm gonna send my TBDs because they have a very much different range. So only quite a lot of them wouldn't make it back. We're gonna hold off. I gotta close the distance by 1 more hex. If I can close the distance by 1 more hex, then I'll feel okay. In part because we will. Okay, I'm fine. That's fine. We'll continue to move towards them, so we'll close the distance while they're in the air. Now let's look at Moresby. Yeah, I got these B-26s now. So these B-26s, I have a feeling they can't. Yeah, I bet the P-40s can't make it. Still, those guys should be able to make it. I'm feeling like I'm in pretty good shape here, if I'm being honest. All right, I found that task force. Couple of hits on one of his transports. 2. That didn't really actually look like it did anything. Oh, there we go. Sorry, that was something else. So that, okay. Continue to sort of go after that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I can get that down to 7, planes are going in the water. Or planes are going in the water. Planes are going in the air. I'm going to send this guy up here because I wonder if his transports have already turned back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's still 8 hexes away. All right, that guy moved a little further than I thought he was going to. Let's try to move him to there to see if he can intercept. Get an airstrike in there. Oh, we're gonna hit that guy. All right. That was a bunch of splashy water. Ooh, Lord, he destroyed a bunch of my planes too. Looks like he's got somebody at Port Moresby. Okay, I can get that going in a second. Still trying to see if I can catch those guys. That's okay. I don't really care about that airstrike into Port Moresby. I've got a lot of CAP. Don't have a ton of stuff on the ground that really matters. That's pretty good. Got a hit on Moresby. Oh, I do have some smoke coming out of Moresby. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're still 8 hexes away from that guy. And we've kind of lost the cloud cover too. I'm becoming tempted to launch here. But let's see. Let's send these guys from Moresby. And there's a storm. That's fine. I don't need these guys searching anymore. I gotta be honest with you. Can I get them out? Can I add them to that attack? I got those cruisers in the area, hopefully. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Boy, oh boy, I would love. Where did he go? Where did he go? I've lost him. Shoot. All right, let's get these guys back in the air to see if I can re-establish contact with his carrier. Yeah, I got him. I got this. So I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one that was like already severely damaged. My torpedoes are not very good. That looked ugly. Hobart took a shell. But I think that should be enough of that. I think that task force, I mean, if that task force isn't actually gone, then it is very, very much gone. Let's send this guy to here on the off chance that he can intercept something there. Let's see. Yeah, let's just send him there. I was thinking about maybe sending him here, but I don't, because I feel like he's retreating, but I don't actually know that. I need you to get your search in the air, and I need to refine those carriers, dude, because there's still carriers out there somewhere. All right. Port Moresby is under attack. Really not going to be any effect there. All right, we found this. Is this one? Yes. Come on, finish these guys off. No real hits. No real hits. Yeah, it looks like that guy might have been retreating. All right, there's his carriers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's still 8 hexes away from me. So I gotta decide if I want to take a shot at like launching this airstrike at him. I just feel like he's. Ah, and then I lost him again. Shoot. at those guys. I should have had those guys back out there, but I don't know if they'll get out there. Oh, he's got an airstrike coming in to me. He's got an airstrike coming in. All right, I found his second transport. It's a little tougher because it's got a light cruiser. And he surprised me, so he got his torpedoes off. So he sunk my light cruiser. I think the destroyer was damaged beforehand. I sunk his light cruiser and hit. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Keep chasing. Keep chasing. Keep chasing. Well, what I gotta hope is that that is not a very big, and it's not a particularly big airstrike. It's got basically probably 8 factors there. But it's enough to take out my carrier, potentially. Or at least, like, really kind of damage it to the point where it's not very good. Okay. Well, unfortunately, his dive bomber survived. Because that's the kind of thing that can hit the flight deck. Alright. Hit by 1 bomb. A, fire reduced by 5%, so that's not terrible. The problem I have... Wow, he's going to have, like, no planes left. The problem I have is I don't know where he is. Like, I don't know where he is. I've done a really poor job. I have to say, of, like, keeping track of. Wow, there must be some damage that I'm not seeing here to the flight deck because it's telling me it's more than 3 hours to get this launched. But it says he's hit by a torpedo. What do I do? What do I do? I can't really get any searches off from there. Got those guys coming out. 3 hours to get a search done. Jeez. Could have this guy. I don't think he's going to get there anyway. Maybe what I should do is have this guy head into this area, and maybe he can maybe he can spot him for me. Yeah, there we go, baby. No launch until dawn. Oh, I see. It was telling me I couldn't do it because it was too late in the day. All right. Hmm. Well, so the question is, where do I want my carriers to go at this point? I'm really not that worried about his carriers because I think he's just got no planes left. All right. We're very close. At least it kind of tells me what direction he's heading, so I'll know for morning what direction he's headed into. Unsurprisingly, I have lost contact with him, but I think that's okay. Ah, I got I found his transports in the night. He surprised me, though. Hit minor fire on the Chicago. Quite a lot of damage to his transports. Wow, what's that guy doing way out there? Guess that I misjudged what direction they're going. All right, let's get air operations fired up again. I'm gonna change this to be a little bit wider because I want to find those carriers. At this point, I think finding the carrier and getting a strike launched at the carrier is the priority. Those guys will get out far enough, but we'll give it a shot. All right, now and then on the Yorktown, I need to send them in that kind of direction. Or the Lexington, sorry. I think I'm going to just widen it out so that I don't miss them. Send 1, 2, 3. Then we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4 guys up on CAP. All right, here we go. Those guys continue to try to find that. I'm just hoping somebody stumbles across his carriers. Right now, it feels like I've missed them. There they are. All right. I don't care how far away you are. don't know that these guys can make it, so those guys might come off of this airstrike, depending. Why are those guys? It's a bit weird. That's a bit odd. These F4S are showing like really low endurance. Off they go. But what I am going to do is I'm going to turn my task force in that direction. So hopefully I can recover more of those planes. All right, we found him again. This has got to be. They're going to get some. All right, their torpedoes missed. That's good. Just going to leave him where he is. Let's see. Uh-oh. I have competing tasks, competing sightings. Don't know which of those is actually the carriers. That looks pretty good, I think. All right, yeah. Oh, that's his light. I found his light carrier this time. Okay. That ought to take care of the light carrier. That ought to take care of his light carrier. 3 bombs. Now, if I can get these planes back, I might be able to get one launch there, which is probably where his heavy carriers are still at. But let's see how this goes. So let's autopilot him in that direction. Again, we may have some difficulties with endurance, but I feel like probably be okay because we're headed back that way. Although he's got an airstrike coming in at me now. Just 1 torpedo plane, though. Hopefully my 4 Wildcats can take care of that. And they did. And he has no defending ships left. These are tough little troop transports, though, I gotta say, man. I mean, how many guys have survived a long time? Oh, dear. They seem to have lost contact out there. Wonder what'll happen if it's... Well, he's got another airstrike coming in. It's got a bunch of Betties. Bunch of Betties. So level bombers, so shouldn't be that big of a danger. Certainly not if you destroy both of them. More. So they surprised me. I don't know how that happened, but okay. I guess that's the end of the battle. Hmm. That guy is out there searching, but he isn't finding anything. Do I have any functioning planes? I do. He didn't find him. Unfortunately. Continuing to brutalize his transports. The toughest transports I've ever seen. Well, I haven't seen any transports in my life, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but well, I may end up, yeah, it looks like I'm going to end this without ever locating that last carrier group of his. Because the thing is, I don't think I have enough time left to launch an airstrike at this point. And I'm feeling pretty good about where we are. Well, it looks like he may get one last airstrike in with some Bettys. Probably should have started moving away. If I lose the Lexington here, I'm going to be really pissed at myself. That was suitably splashy as opposed to boomy. All right, let's get out of here. I think we've done what we came to do. My guess is I sunk one heavy carrier, one CV, one CVL, and, we completely massacred, just absolutely brutalized his transports, his invasion fleet. It's weird. These like heavily damaged transport is surprising me, so I don't get to attack. He just. All right. Well, there we go. So, uh, I sank 18 points worth of carriers. I can look here and see what that looks like. I shot down 10 points worth of planes. 2 points worth of light cruisers, 5 points worth of destroyers, 5 points worth of transports. I controlled Port Moresby. He completed RY. There's nothing I was going to do about that. I don't exactly know what time and attrition is. Let's see. Does it say here what time and time? 10 points for the U.S. as time and attrition are playing against the Japanese. Okay. So I sunk the Shokaku. And then all of these guys were sunk. I think most of these guys were all sunk during like surface combat. It doesn't tell me what happened to. I guess it doesn't tell me who was damaged. That is the slowest scroll ever, dudes. Need a scroll bar so you can go scroll faster than this. Jesus. He sunk the Yorktown, the Chester, the Hobart, and the Whipple. I lost those planes. He lost those planes. His naval forces, his naval forces got pretty heavily decimated. So, um, 70 to 47. So not too bad. Not actually terribly ahistorical either. I mean, he sunk one of my carriers, which is what happened historically. Damaged the other one. Probably in the actual battle, it was damaged more severely. I can't remember exactly. I think the U.S. just damaged Japanese carriers, and certainly all those surface combats with the transports never happened historically. They turned back long before that happened. But anyway, that is carrier battles. So hopefully that you enjoyed that. Let me know what you thought in the comments, because comments and liking the video very helpful. If you're enjoying the channel, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, also very helpful. But that is carrier battles. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and we will see you next time on Agility Snips Gaming Table.